it's Miss A here behind the camera today, and it is a Wednesday night, which means it's time for another family night craft brought to you by the Northeast branch of Reading Public Library. Now today we are making a simple but fun classic summer or late spring craft. We are making DIY pinwheels, and if you pick up a go pack at the Northeast branch of Reading Public Library, it'll have everything you need except a pair of scissors. Now if you have a hole punch at home, you'll also want to use this, but otherwise when we're punching holes, you can just use the sharp point of a pencil, some sort of pen, anything that you can poke a little hole with. So let's get started. So other than those things, everything will be in your bag. You'll need a piece of paper. I've included two, so you could pick colors, or I've got 2 straws here. You can make 2 pinwheels. We're just going to make one today for each pinwheel, so you'll need 1 sheet of paper. What do you think? Green or blue? I'm going to go with green today. So you'll need, for each pinwheel, 1 brad. So I've got 2 for 2 pinwheels. So again, there goes one of the brads. And you'll also need 1 straw. We have 2 straws for 2 pinwheels, so I'm putting my other one aside. So let's get started with all of our materials. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our paper into a square. Now, if you've done paper crafts with me at the library before, you might already know how to do this, but otherwise, we are taking our 1 finger on the bottom right corner, the other on the bottom left. We're going to take the bottom left corner and we're going to match it up so the bottom of our paper matches along the right side of our paper. So left to the right, or bottom to the right rather. And then you want a good crease. And we're going to cut along this here, cut off the extra. And once the extra is gone, when we open it up, you're left with a square. So step 1, complete. So now we have 1 diagonal from opening up in a square. If you already started with the square paper, you're using paper from home, you just want to fold your square in half once diagonally. We've already done that, so now we're going to do the other diagonal. We want to crisscross it. So this line's going this way, so we need a line that goes this way. So I'm just taking the left corner and moving it up to the top right. So I'm going to crease it and then open it back up. So if you look now, we have an X, a crisscross shape of folds. So what we're going to do to start out with is we are going to poke a little hole right in the middle of this. Now I don't think the hole punch, I think that'll be a little too big, so I'm going to use the point of my scissors, just poke a little hole here. So now what we're going to do is we're basically making these into the sections that'll fold and become our pinwheel. So we are going to cut along our crease lines. It's nice and easy, you've got a guide. We're going to cut until about 1 inch away from the center. So when I think of an inch, I think about my thumb, the first joint of my thumb. If you're a very small person, it might be your whole thumb, but you can always get a ruler if you're not sure. I'm gonna go till about right there. And you just do it for all of your different sides. Okay, so you can see now all of those are cut. We've almost got like a little clover, 4-leaf clover left behind. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hole punch 1 corner of each triangle. So if you look, it looks like we've got 4 triangles now in our shape, connected in the center at that little hole that you can, it's sort of hard to see on this camera. It's right there. But the very, very important thing is we need to punch the same corner of each triangle. If you think you'll forget, you could even mark it with a pencil. So to make it easy, I'm deciding I'm going to do the left corner of every triangle. So try to punch it in about the same space. Again, you can use the point of scissors, a sharp pencil or pen, a toothpick to punch these holes, but I am going to use a hole punch and try to get the same corner on each one. Okay, so now it's time to fold them in. So what we're going to do is 1 at a time. We're going to put them on top of that hole we poked in the center. You can see the pinwheel taking its shape as I do this. Make sure your brad is right nearby when you're folding this. So I'm folding everything to the center. Now what I'm going to do is thread the brad through it. Just poke it through the middle here. All right, so we have our pinwheel head. I'm going to secure this while we get our straw ready. So we've got the top of our pinwheel here, but we need to put it on the stick. So this might be a little hard. What we need to do is get a hole through this stick. Now what I think might work well is a sharp needle or toothpick. Now kids, if you're using something sharp to make the hole through the straw, please have an adult do this for you, ask for their help. But I'm just going to try to poke this toothpick right through here. These are pretty sturdy straws, so. I broke the toothpick. Okay, so now you saw the evidence. I tried to use cute eco-friendly paper straws for this craft, but you just can't poke a hole through them. They're very strong. 10 out of 10 for product stability. But we're going to use a toothpick now to poke a hole through this plastic straw. I think it should be a lot easier. Yep, there we go. Goes right through with the toothpick. I'm going to twist it a little bit to make the hole a little bigger. So you can see the hole right there. So now I'm going to put this back together and stick these brads through the hole in my straw. If the hole is too small, just go in and try to make it a little bigger with the toothpick or a needle. Yeah, you can see after struggling for a bit, the hole punch does go through this plastic straw. So what we're going to do now is just put the brads right through. Should be a lot easier. And then gently fasten on your pinwheel. So the looser it is, the more it will spin. So I put mine on a little too tightly. I'm going to loosen it up and then fasten it closed. And just play around with the tightness until your pinwheel's willing to spin. All right, so here is my working pinwheel. Yeah, they work. So I hope you all had fun with this craft. Like I said, I tried using paper straws, but they just did not work. So unfortunately, we're gonna use plastic. But there you have it, our fun little pinwheel craft. Don't forget to check in next Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. for another Family Night craft brought to you by the Northeast Branch of the Reading Public Library. Bye, friends.